Good morning, world, and happy Friday. It is 5 a.m. and I am not feeling the light, but we are going to vlog through the day today. First, I need to get my morning drink and I need to use the bathroom. Now that that's been addressed, I feel like I can talk. So it is about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes after 5. I'm running a little bit later than usual, but this is what I do every morning. So I had my water, I just finished up my meditation. Now I'm going to hop onto my call with Odessa and get my day started. I've got a lot of stuff that I gotta get done today, but you guys are going to come with me through it all. So hopefully nothing embarrassing happens. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm looking at them and I want to make sure that they're goals that I can accomplish in the year and not just me being extra, but at the same time it's just really... So I just finished recording a YouTube video actually, so we've got YouTube Inception going on. But now my stomach really hurts. Like it almost feels like my stomach and my lungs. My stomach hurts so bad I feel it in my back type feeling. So I'm gonna take a nap. Hopefully be able to sleep it off. It's only 7 a.m. but still. But can we just, for a second, admire how cute these animals are? He's suckling. She's real jealous. And then we've got Mr. Antisocial. So they're all going to join me for a nap. But I hope I feel better afterwards, because right now it hurts, like it's pain. Not like stomach ache or nausea, just actual pain. So, good night, peeps. Okay, so the nap didn't work because my stomach literally hurts so bad I can't focus on going to sleep. So I decided to get my ass up. I drank another 3 glasses of water, did my makeup, which I rarely do, but I figured of all things to make me feel better and feel like, okay, we're gonna get up and we're gonna start the day, is doing my makeup. I am still in my pajamas, but I'm gonna go and edit and post the video that I recorded this morning, and then I think I'm going to try to like put laundry away, do some cleaning around the house, get some movement done, because it is really rainy and disgusting outside, so walking around the neighborhood isn't an option. But if I do need to get outside, maybe I'll sit on the porch for a little bit and just read with the rain. I don't know. I really want to make it so that not feeling well doesn't stop me from being productive today. Also, so that it doesn't send me into like an anxious trail of, we don't even need to get into it. So, time to edit and post, and then laundry. So I'm about as extra as they come right now. But it's helping me feel better having so many colors on. So we're just gonna roll with that. It is pouring outside. Pouring. But I'm gonna go get my oil changed. I kind of like could recognize that I was going into a not so great place, so I packed my day with things to do. Number one is go get an oil change done. So my busy day just got 19 times busier. Well, that was a dub. Somebody took my appointment and didn't write it into the book. So there's no space for my car, so I have to have Dan bring it back later. So, I don't know, maybe I'll go get myself some breakfast. I just need to be doing things. Doing things, you know what I'm saying? When you feel yourself down, one great thing that you can do is just get as much instant gratification as possible. So let's see what I can pack my schedule with. I have yoga at noon. It's only 9:30. All right, so I ended up napping, but before I leave to yoga, I wanted to share something with you guys. So one thing that I really don't like about my time when I do go for yoga, besides the fact that it kills my body, like dead, kills, is that I find it really difficult to keep my eyes on myself. And by that, I don't mean just like not look at other people, but like not look at other people and compare myself to them. And remember that I'm a total newbie. I don't do yoga. I literally just do this as a way to hang out with a friend. But I still find it super difficult. So I did about 5 minutes of meditation just now, before now leaving for yoga, kind of working with a mantra, reminding myself that I'm on my own path and my body is my body and does what it can for me. And we're gonna see how this experience is, because the last time that I went, as nice as the class could have been, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I could have because of that. So I'm gonna stop my cat from cutting up this chair, and then it's time to finally go to yoga. So yoga is done and I am a hot mess express. I'm sweaty, whoop, I'm shaky, my hair is crazy, but it felt really good and I'm glad that I went, because now I feel like as achy as I was before and as sick as I felt, I just kind of like breathed it all out. Like I feel like the yoga helped me release it. So now I'm just going about my day. I dropped off Alex and I'm going to head in now for some reflection time in the therapy lobby before therapy starts and keep on going. So I detoxed my physical body. Now it's time to detox my mental body. This is my first check-in since my diagnosis, my new diagnosis. So it'll be a pretty deep and difficult conversation, but I'm prepared for it because I feel like the time that I have spent reflecting and accepting my diagnosis will definitely pay off now. Everything's reflections, guys. You have to reflect. You have to. Whether you write it down or it's just taking some mental time in silence to reflect on how you feel about things and how things could go differently and what you're grateful about. I don't know, it makes all the difference. So I'm gonna head in there now. Alright, so it's pretty much I'm saying pretty much the end of the night. It's like 7 o'clock in the evening time, but for me this is when I start to shut down. During like the fall, winter months, I get fairly depressed. I have seasonal affective, as most of you guys know. And one of the symptoms, one of the things that it does kick my ass every year is it makes me so sleepy so early. So I'm usually sleepy around now and then in bed by like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even though I don't really want to. So this is late night for me, but I was just thinking, so I finished up my day. Like I went to therapy and had an interesting session there and cried off half of my makeup, and then went and got my oil change done. And while I was doing my oil change, I worked on my bullet journal and came back home, and I've just been kind of chilling. My stomach is starting to hurt again, so I've just been chilling on the couch, hanging out with the animals and such. But I have also been talking to a friend who's going through some things, and one thing that I really pride myself on, besides the fact that we've been able to create this amazing community over on Instagram, is that everyone who does follow me feels comfortable enough to speak to me directly or personally message me and have a venting session or ask me questions, and it really feels good. So I was talking to one of you guys actually about just your mental health journey and how far everything seems, how far like progress seems. And I totally get that. And I know for me, I've been struggling a lot recently. Like in the past few months, it's been a lot worse than it's been in a very long time. And I didn't like to say the word struggle before because I didn't want it to be that. I didn't want it to be a struggle. I didn't want it to be a fight. I wanted it to be just something that I was going through and that I would get through and it would be done. But that getting through point, that coming out on the other end point started to seem farther and farther and farther away. You know, the light at the end of the tunnel started to seem so far in the distance that it was hard to imagine reaching it. And that was a limiting belief that I had to break down on my own in order to allow myself to move forward and really work on my mental health journey and take care of myself and keep pushing every day. Because when you feel like what you're pushing for is just too far away and you'll never reach it, then pushing for it every day kind of feels silly, right? So I was talking to she who shall not be named, and she was just telling me how, you know, her light was very far in the distance, and it was getting really difficult to wake up every day and keep working on, keep trying to make it that much closer. And she was worrying about every time I take one step towards my goal, I feel like my goal moves 2 steps away from me, and there's never any time that I can catch up. And guys, if there's any advice that I can give you in this aspect of mental health, it's as much as you are measuring, I guess, how far you still have to go, you have to keep in mind how far you've already gone. Keep in mind how much you've already accomplished. And I think that's something here in mental health in this space we don't do enough. We always see how much progress we still have to make, but we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back and be grateful for the things that we have triumphed over. And that could be something big, like getting through a panic attack, or you know, moving past the suicide attempt. It could be something small, like being able to walk through the grocery store. It doesn't matter. If it's an achievement for you, it's an achievement for you. If it's a step forward for you, it's a step forward for you, and it should be celebrated as such, not compared to others. But it's really so important. We focus so much on where am I right now and where do I have to go, which is great when you're setting goals in other areas of life. But in this area of life, it's so important to use the motivation and inspiration from yourself and the things that you have already achieved before this moment, and seeing, okay, in this period of time, this is how I was able to move. This is where I used to be, and I don't have to live that life anymore. Right now, I'm here. I am at the light of the end of the tunnel that I was looking at 1 year ago, 5 years ago, whatever it may be. But really just giving yourself that space to appreciate what you have done for yourself already. And then it'll make it so much easier to look ahead in the future and the progress that you want to make and be like, look, I'm not there yet, but I am going to make it. So, I don't know, just a little tidbit. I felt like it was a really powerful conversation to have with her, because I think it's a reminder that I needed to give myself after the past few weeks or so. So thank you for that. If you're watching this, I really appreciate you trusting me and coming and talking to me about the things that bother you. And for everyone else, you are always more than welcome to reach out. But I think for the rest of the night, we're just gonna cool down. I do have work tomorrow. I went back. It's like Christmas. It's like holiday/winter break right now at the school that I work at. So I have no work for 2 weeks straight, which is driving me absolutely nuts. So I went back to AMC. I've been serving at AMC. I have another shift tomorrow, which it's funny because as much as I liked being able to escape the restaurant world, I do thoroughly enjoy being a server because it gives me that opportunity to like be social but still be in a work setting, so my social phobia like doesn't catch on to the fact that I'm being social, and I have a lot of fun with it. Being standing for 9+ hours isn't exactly great, but I thoroughly enjoy it. So we're gonna shut down for the night. Jimmy's buying us Five Guys, so I'll have my Five Guys in a little bit, finish up the laundry that I was doing before, and then some meditation and go to bed. So thank you guys for watching the rest of today's Kmas just vlog, day in the life, whatever you want to call it. hanging out with me for the day, and I shall see you